I set a goal so big, it scared the hell out of me. And when the deadline hit, I had missed it badly. But here's the crazy part. I still had my best quarter ever. So how bad did I miss it? We're talking I hit 28% of my goal. However, because I was thinking so big, I still doubled my revenue and profit from Q1 last year. And I hit a nearly 50% increase over my best quarter since I started tracking, which is 2022. So here are three mental frameworks that I used when I was reviewing Q1, the massive failure, and planning Q2. The first one is data over drama. Whenever you're reviewing your goals, you must choose data over drama, facts over stories, facts over opinions. And when I reviewed the data, I could see why I could be happy with the results. I had a 96% year over year increase in revenue and profits. And I also could see why I still have a long way to go and a lot of questions left to answer because I hit 28% of the goal that I set. The fact is, although I'm super happy with my results, I didn't even come close to hitting my goal. So what happened? Well, when we strip away the stories and we look objectively at the situation, I just simply don't have the systems in place to make sure that the delivery of my coaching is seamless at the level that I need it to be. Onboarding is still clunky and manual. Overall delivery is just not streamlined. That my check-ins rely on me remembering to message everyone, which was totally fine when I had two or three clients, but not now. It's still all just too manual. So before Q1, I also realized that I didn't have any lead nurture at all in my funnel. So people would come into my world, leads would just kind of drift in the wind for a while until maybe they asked me if they could buy from me. And when they did, it was a super easy close, but I was totally relying on them seeing enough of me and not seeing other people's offers and not getting offered by other people that I was hoping they would come ask me. So I didn't have any lead nurture either. So frankly, I wasn't bringing enough value to the marketplace on the whole. So people didn't know what I could do, even if they trusted me, even if they saw my stuff from other people. So this might seem overwhelming, but what it did for me was provide me with some really clear action steps when I was planning Q2. So, number two here is get objective and get curious. Now, I think this is the magic stuff because most people are going to do one of two things when they realize that they've had these results, and both of which I have done. So the first thing they're going to do is they're going to lie to themselves and pat themselves on the back to protect their fragile ego. And they're going to ignore the fact that they failed. They're going to be like, you know what? I set that goal, but let's forget about that goal because I absolutely, crushed it, overall. The second thing they're going to do is completely the other way. They're going to get angry with themselves and not see the forest for the trees. So they're going to be like, I totally blew it. I suck. I'm the worst. I missed my goal. I deserve to get punched in the face, right? But I needed to first understand what happened objectively and remove the emotions, right? What happened objectively, I crushed my best quarter ever and I failed miserably on my goal, right? Then we can get curious about why instead of judging ourselves. I always say curiosity and judgment live next door to one another. Get curious. So getting objective provided me with the feedback and data that I just shared. And getting curious now led me to uncovering the main reason why I didn't hit my target. I just started getting serious about it. So I probably simply need more runway and I need to use the feedback because getting more runway and all these things, that doesn't let me off the hook scot-free. In that added runway, I need to be smart. I need to learn from the first quarter where I was finally doing intentional actions towards building a real business. And this leads right into the third point. Number three, learn from failure. There is no better teaching tool in the world than trying something and not succeeding. But most of us are so busy being angry about not hitting the goal. We're judging ourselves or maybe even blaming everything around us, which is what I've done before. And we forget to see the incredible feedback that's staring us in the face, right? The feedback is I need to continue to improve my lead generation, my warming, my nurture system of my business. I've found some things that work. I must have. Now I need to systemize them and make it easier to repeat. And secondly, I need to work closer with my assistant who I hired at the end of December to build the systems to allow her to take things off my plate, which she wants to do, especially on the delivery and fulfillment side as I begin to add more clients to my roster. Okay. So there you have it. With all of this information, I was able to reset my Q2 goals with a much clearer picture of what I need to do and actually give myself a better chance to hit them this time. One key note here is I kept the outcome goal the same for Q2 as it was for Q1, since there's no point in changing it because I didn't accomplish it yet. Once again, I'm giving myself more runway here, and I'm using the incredibly valuable feedback from my failure in the last quarter where I took intentional action, and I'm just using that to give myself a better chance of success. The final note here, this whole thing puts into perspective the incredible power of setting clear and challenging 90-day targets. Challenging enough that it's going to force you to think creatively and get completely out of your comfort zone when you're taking action. Okay. Most people, not only are they not setting these like challenging, scary 90-day targets, they're not doing this at all. And then they're just making it up as they go along, and they're never able to use feedback because they weren't taking any intentional action steps along the way. So I hope this has been helpful. If you enjoyed this and you enjoyed the idea of 90-day planning, but you don't really know how to do it, you can search 90-day on my YouTube profile. You're going to find tons of videos where I go deeper in explaining how to set these goals and where I help you visualize success for 90 days. I hope this has been helpful. We'll see you on the next video.